Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special Raw Christmas. Yeah, it wasn't that special. And it wasn't that great. This was an average show. I'm saying it honestly right now. And what killed it for me to make it so average was the ending. But let's get to everything else first. The opening with Hogan. It's always good to see Hogan. And I had no problem with Hogan in the beginning of the show. But here's the problem. We do this every time. And now I'm bored at the beginning of the show. When it leads into a match between Cena and Seth Rollins, I didn't care because I knew what the outcome was going to be. Cena was going to kick the ass of Seth Rollins. He was going to kick the ass of Jamie Noble. And he was going to kick the ass of Joey Mercury. No problem. And this makes me think of a debate of the week that I will mention about at the end of this review. But when it comes down to it, this was an average match and an average opening. Even though Hulk Hogan, who's always special, was there. Sad. Fandango versus Jack Swagger. You know, Jack had something going with We the People. Now Zed's not with him, he's all by himself. Fandango had something beginning with his new look, with his new partner of Rosa Mendes, who, I don't know if anyone else, if you love Rosa, if you don't love Rosa, she's still a beautiful woman that you got no problem with. If she offered herself to you as a wife or as a girlfriend, you would easily take her. When you stick these two together, you don't get something good. The only thing I enjoyed from the match was the flamingo leg drop that I haven't seen in a while. Splat on the head of Jack Swagger, and Fandango wins. But does he really win? No. They give him this new look with a new partner who makes sense with the music, with the clothing, with the dancing. Summer Rae wasn't a problem. But when you look at Rosa match with Fandango, you think, well, you know what? They actually look good together. It actually makes some sense, but they don't push them. Let's move on to Big Show versus Roman Reigns. One thing I have to say. Too soon. Too soon to actually have these guys go in a ring together. This was dumb. You want to build Roman Reigns back up. Really substantial. Why in the blue fuck would you have him in a match with Big Show so soon after he cold cocks Big Show not once but twice? At TLC and the last Raw. You should have left it alone, WWE. You should have let them talk with each other. You should have let them beat up on each other instead of putting them in the ring so fucking soon. Mind you, the crowd did love the match. And with Roman Reigns getting a count-out win, isn't that bad for him. But I felt it could have been better. You could have built this up going into Elimination Chamber. I know that's stretching it. But you know what? I would have liked to see them finally have a match at Elimination Chamber. This is the way I would have put it. Let them not touch this entire month. When it goes into the next month, you really don't have them touch until they go into the Royal Rumble when they meet each other. It's two big-ass bulls ready to knock each other out. And they don't get that option because everyone kept getting in the way, including their mother. The Big Show gets eliminated. You can have Roman Reigns at the end of the entire situation. And those two still have an argument and a fight and a feud going into Elimination Chamber, and that's when you can do it and blow it off. That's where you get the best payment for your dollar. But we're not getting it. We're getting this now, which is dumb. Natalya versus Brie Bella. I didn't care. Is this still building into Natalya's husband having some type of interest with a Nikki Bella? I don't know. Unless they show a little bit more tangible stuff backstage, instead of doing this maybe on a SmackDown or a Superstars or Total Divas, which would be dumb. I don't know where that goes. I mean, Natalya won, but I didn't really care. I'm not a fan of the Bellas. I would have been at least satisfied to see they do their storyline and then get it over with. But since they cut that shit out, that's that. Goldust Brothers. Well, the only reason I'm doing Goldust Brothers is that Goldust might finally have a breakup with Stardust. Because when you saw them with Los Matadores doing the Christmas theme, I don't really care that much about the Christmas themes. It's been played out so much. I would do something special. But in the end, you have El Tortillo foot whacking Cody in the face because of Gold Dust. Does this mean they're going to be a breakup? I'm wondering finally if they're going to have the feud they should have had in the beginning of this year. Gold Dust versus Cody Rhodes, where Gold Dust finally fights against his brother. This might finally be the breakup of the Dust Brothers. And this kind of leads me into the Ascension. I might be doing a video on the Ascension eventually. I never really got a chance to see much of them. But once they come to the WWE, I will probably be doing a review, debate of the week on them. My question is going to be, how far are they going to be pushed? We'll find out soon. The Miz versus Jey Uso. It wasn't a bad match. But this made no sense because they're still kind of doing a little bit with Naomi. What should have happened during the Santa's Little Helper 6 Diva tag. When the Miz came down to the ring, coaxing on Naomi. That would have been a better segment than seeing Jey versus the Miz and the Miz winning. I would have liked to see the Miz dealing with Jimmy Uso at Naomi's match, because you're trying to get this circle going. You're trying to do this triangle of the Miz trying to use Jimmy to deal with Naomi, and Naomi is getting angry at Jimmy and actually goes to the side of the Miz. Not saying they'll be boyfriend and girlfriend, but saying they'll be together. Naomi gets the Divas Championship instead of Natalya, who's holding the damn title up, who really hasn't done anything in months. That would have been a much more better dynamic. Think of it, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're going to say, we don't really care about Naomi. We don't care about Jimmy Uso. We care about The Miz, but who cares about this? See it in this respect. There'll be something different. The Miz is trying to use Naomi. Naomi knows she's trying to be used, but still uses The Miz to get what she wants. Jimmy's trying to be the good husband, but he's too fucking jealous. And Naomi gets sick of it. They're not together. She's working with The Miz, not being his girlfriend. She gets the fucking title. Jimmy is constantly going nuts and going crazy for his wife. That would give us something different. When do we get that? That's what I'm seeing. Now, Dolph versus Luke Harper. I'm hoping the feud's over. Do I believe that? No. Seeing Dolph here, Luke here, this is what we get when you match them together. Luke is not helping Dolph at all with the IC Championship. Hell, if anybody's happy that Dolph has the IC Championship, you should be ashamed of yourself, because Dolph deserves to be in the main title scene, no matter if he can handle it or not. He's over enough that the crowd wants him there. But if a lot of people are happy that he's working the IC title scene, it's dumb. You guys do that for Daniel Bryan, you do that for CM Punk, but you won't do it for Dolph Ziggler. I'm just saying, I'm not a big Dolph fan, but he should be in the main title, either as a main eventer or a main event jobber. He should be there because we need it. That's just how I feel. The Piper's Pit segment with Piper, with Rusev, with Lana. I don't mean to be disgusting, ladies, but Lana's a very beautiful woman. I hope she's not a smoker, because I'm not a smoker. You guys can tell me below. But seeing that segment was not bad. Seeing Ryback dealing with Rusev is actually pretty good. But my question is, how long are they keep doing this with Rusev? And is this going to help Ryback? Ryback looked great dealing with Rusev. But if they're still going to push Rusev over Ryback, Ryback, who's just beginning to build back up, is going to lose this. And I'm not too fond of that. Ryback is just barely beginning to get some good leeway after he came back. I would have liked this to be done with somebody else. Sticking Ryback with Rusev makes me feel like Rusev is going to get over and Ryback's going to get buried again. And I don't want to see that. Finally, is there anything I'm missing? No. Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose in a Miracle on 34th Street street fight. This is where the show completely goes bad for me. Great match. They have great chemistry. They both speak well. But Bray Wyatt's the problem. Bray Wyatt's character is so weak right now. No matter how much he's over, it's just not enough. Because he's not doing anything right. Because he's not winning. He won the fucking match. But then he gets hit in the face with CO2 and then gets elbowed by the Dean Ambrose. He couldn't win clean, could he? He had to lose that way. And Dean Ambrose wins and looks good. This is why this show was average to me. Because the ending of the show, even though Bray Wyatt won it, and he won it clean, because this is a free-for-all type of match, after it's over, he still gets hit in the face with CO2 and then gets elbowed off the top turnbuckle onto a table. You know what I mean? It's dumb. And I just don't understand it. But it's an average show. And I hope you enjoyed the Zane's View. Please give me a comment below. My debate of the week is going to be on Seth Rollins and how badly buried has he been since he's been working with John Cena. Have a good day and have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.